In the British city of Leeds, a balcony in a high-rise caught fire, and the flames instantly cut off all escape routes. For situations like this, Russian engineers have developed the SPAS system, a unique parachute designed for people who've never jumped from a height before. The device is a 25-kilogram pack, worn like a regular hiking backpack. After jumping out the window, you pull a special ring and within 3 seconds, a huge protective cone, 6.5 meters in diameter, inflates around you. The rescued individual is enclosed inside this cocoon, like in a protective capsule. A special aerodynamic canopy slows the fall to the speed of a regular bicycle, just 5 to 7 meters per second. When landing, pneumatic shock absorbers soften the remaining impact. The system works reliably from heights of 5 to 1,000 meters and is designed to save people weighing between 45 and 120 kilograms. Leave a like if this video taught you something new. These images from around the world show the same scenario within an hour. As much rain falls as would normally come down in a month, turning the streets into raging rivers. The main culprit behind these disasters is clogged storm drains blocked by fallen leaves. The German-built all-round Mastersker 700 solves this problem before it even starts by cleaning 50 grates per hour. The operator sits in a climate control cabin and works the joystick. A telescoping tube sucks up all the debris and sends it into a massive tank, while the dirty water is filtered and reused without the need to constantly refill. But if flooding has already begun, the Dutch-made BBA pumps is the best option. They can pump 5,000 cubic meters of water per hour. By the way, is your city ready for a flood? Tell us in the comments how you deal with torrential rain. We're at a construction site in Yoshkar Ola, Russia. Here, a crawler crane suddenly lost its balance and collapsed onto the roadway. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the crane operator could easily have been injured if he'd been inside the cabin. Hip Hinge Construction in Hong Kong came up with a brilliant solution. The crane operator now sits in a comfortable, air-conditioned office the distant tower. Crane Command System transmits footage from a dozen HD cameras directly to the operator's screens. Artificial intelligence monitors everything. Is the wind too strong? Is the load too heavy? Is there an obstacle in the way? The system sends instant alerts. The operator can control a 200-meter tall machine while sipping coffee on the Leek Garden. 8 skyscraper project. Accidents disappeared completely, and the pace of work increased by a third. At Houston Hobby Airport, strong winds brought down an airplane hangar. Tons of twisted concrete and steel block the runway. Do you think the answer is sending in workers with jackhammers? That would mean months of grueling labor and the constant risk of new collapses. Fortunately, the Swedish-built Husqvarna DXR14 crushed reinforced concrete as if it were nothing but walnuts. Its hydraulic hammer delivers thousands of joules with each strike, which is like dropping a fridge from the 3rd floor. Only it does it 60 times per minute. The manipulator arm rotates 360 degrees and reaches the height of a 2-story building. The operator controls this beast from a safe distance of 300 meters via a secure radio link. But it's even better. To prevent damage in the first place, advanced hurricane technology has developed transparent, aramid fiber screens that shield windows and doors from hurricane-driven debris. The SuperSpan model can cover openings 7 meters wide without support beams. With a tensile strength of 53 kilograms per centimeter squared, the screen can withstand the impact of a tree trunk. flying at 200 kilometers per hour. It lets in natural light, allows air to circulate, and doesn't block the view. Plus, the UV-resistant coating lasts for 25 years. In this Chinese province, floods brought transportation to a standstill. Thousands of cars were trapped underwater, and highways turned into rivers. There was no way to evacuate people or pull out the submerged vehicles, since ordinary equipment was useless. That's when the Czech-built monster called Kalin powered its way through this 20-ton amphibious vehicle, can hit 50 kilometers per hour on land and cruise at 12 kilometers per hour in the water like a speed boat. Its Tatra V12 diesel engine roars like a beast. Delivering 440 kilowatts of raw power. Inside it can carry 70 people, or a dozen stretchers with injured people. Water jets push it forward in the water, while the winch hauls out sunken cars, as if they were toys. The Kalin can climb slopes of 60 degrees and leap across trenches to 1.5 meters wide. On top of that, it doubles as a giant pump, moving 8 tons of water every minute. These images were shot near Islamabad, Pakistan, where baseball-sized hail made it impossible for people to step outside. Imagine the damage to the cars left parked in the open. Fortunately, a Canadian company called WeatherSolve came up with a clever idea: retractable nets that cover entire parking lots. The material is ultra-strong polyethylene, tough enough to withstand hailstones 10 cm wide, hitting at 150 kilometers per hour. The structure itself can take hurricane force winds up to 190 kilometers per hour. An electric motor rolls the protective mesh into place. In just 3 minutes, the netting winds onto a drum, only 40 centimeters across, and the telescopic poles extend up to 8 meters high. The whole system can be controlled from a smartphone, while the built-in sensors trigger the net automatically when there's a sudden drop in air pressure. In Malaysia, a hurricane nearly toppled a traffic light onto a motorcyclist, but he managed to brake just in time. When traffic lights fall, especially at busy intersections, the result is chaos and danger. Street Smart has a fix that takes only half an hour. Portable traffic lights mounted on special tripods. No foundations needed. The built-in cameras and radar constantly analyze vehicle flow, while the smart system automatically adjusts the timing of green and red phases. If one side builds up more traffic, the green light stays on longer. There, operators can manage dozens of intersections remotely from a tablet over the 4G mobile network. The batteries keep the system running for 72 hours straight without needing to be recharged. Landslides and rockfalls occur regularly along the mountainous road between Alouette and Santo Domingo in Ecuador. But how do you shield the road from boulders that weigh several tons, crashing down at highway speeds? The Swiss company Geobrug designed the Reese barriers, which are able to absorb impacts of 10,000 kilojoules, the equivalence of a collision with a freight train. The key is a high-tensile steel mesh that stretches up to 8 meters under impact, gradually absorbing the enormous energy. The attenuator system doesn't just stop rocks. It guides them into a designated catch zone, where an excavator can safely clear them away. SmartGuard sensors send real-time data on every strike, so road authorities know exactly where and when cleanup is needed. In the Italian Alps, an avalanche buried a ski slope under thousands of tons of snow. Police, local officials, and road crews dug frantically to uncover a skier. Trapped beneath, he survived by sheer luck. But most people don't under snow. A person suffocates in 15 minutes. Luckily, the Norwegian Safe Bag SBX system can stretch that window to 90 minutes. When caught in an avalanche, you pull a special lever on the backpack strap to activate compact lithium-powered fan. It continuously pumps fresh air from the surrounding snowpack straight to the victim's face, 50 liters every minute. Exhaled carbon dioxide is vented away, creating a vital air bubble around the head. The system works even in extreme colds, down to -30 degrees Celsius, and weighs just 520 grams. No mask or mouthpiece is required. The air flows through the built-in vents in the backpack straps. After rescue, the system can be recharged and used again. The monsoon turns the streets of Mumbai into Venetian canals only instead of gondolas. There are flooded cars floating. Business is at a standstill. Transport is paralyzed, and swarms of mosquitoes breed in the stagnant water. Indian Cosmos Pumps is defying the elements. As submersible pumps dive right into flooded basements and mines, sucking out thousands of liters of water per hour. They operate completely underwater, no risk of short circuits. Before the rainy season, engineers check every nut, belt tension, and pipe tightness. Has the grease been topped up? Are the flow meters working? Is the drainage zone clear? Cosmos Pumps turns the flood back into a city. The rain falls and life goes on at a rock festival. 50,000 fans rush to the stage. Metal barriers fall like dominoes. An Australian barrier group came up with a brilliant solution: plastic barriers with UV protection. Each section weighs as much as a bag of groceries, but it holds the pressure of the crowd. The latches connect the modules into a snake. Of any shape, you can build a maze to your liking. The acid orange color can be seen from a kilometer away, even at dusk rain. Hail, 40-degree heat. Plastic will withstand everything. Metal heats up in the sun, leaving burns. It rusts from the rain. And these barriers remain cold and bright for years. Schools, construction sites, parking lots, concerts. That's a universal protection from the chaos of the crowd. Earthquakes are part of daily life in Japan, but that doesn't stop houses from collapsing. Like a house of cards during strong tremors. Buildings constructed with base isolation, however, remain standing as if nothing happened. The secret lies in the special pads placed between the foundation and the building itself. These consist of layered rubber and steel, with a lead core inside. When an earthquake hits, the foundation shakes violently, while the building above sways gently. Pendulum bearings coated with Teflon let the building move slowly, with an oscillation period of 2 to 3 seconds. Conventional buildings vibrate at just 0.1 seconds, a destructive frequency that tears structures apart. With base isolation, seismic loads are reduced by 80% after the quake. The building naturally shifts back into place thanks to the curved supports that act like springs. A fallen tree shorted out the power lines on a pole, filling the air with sparks, crackling, and the smell of burnt insulation. If anyone had been nearby, an accident would have been unavoidable. Every second of delay in treating an electric shock reduces the chances of survival. The French company Katsu has developed CZ5 for R a rescue kit that every electrical substation should have. The case includes a telescopic hook, 1 and 2 meters long, to safely pull a victim away from the current source. The special insulated cutters can sever a live cable, with sparks flying everywhere, while the rescuer remains protected. The Class 3 electrical insulating gloves withstand up to 40,000 volts, which is on par with a lightning strike. Rubber boots completely insulate the wearer from the ground, and a special platform creates an additional safe zone for administering first aid. A voltage detector gives a warning signal if dangerous current is present nearby. Over the past 20 years, Katsu systems have saved more than 10,000 electricians around the world. In downtown Milan, a Russian submarine suddenly appeared out of the pavement. It looked real, but it was actually just a publicity stunt by an Italian insurance company. Still, the asphalt was left badly damaged. And the truth is, you don't need submarines for that. Roads develop cracks and potholes every day. The Python 5000 Plus fixes them. On the move, the operator sits in an air-conditioned cab and controls a robotic arm with a joystick, almost like a video game. The arm stretches to meters in any direction, sprays hot asphalt straight into the pothole, and presses it flat with a roller, delivering 60 kilograms per square centimeter. The patch ends up stronger than the surrounding road. The hopper holds 2 tons of mix, enough for 200 potholes, while the heating system keeps the asphalt hot for 6 hours. Best of all, the machine moves with traffic, so no road closures or traffic jams during repairs.